PM Tun Dr Mahathir Mohamad says Malaysia could be hit by trade sanctions as protectionism continues to threaten global growth. The Prime Minister suggests the US-China trade dispute may be a symptom of growing rivalry between the two, which could develop into another Cold War. He says it is disappointing to see the proponents of free trade now indulging in restrictive trade on a grand scale, adding that unfortunately Malaysia is caught in the middle. This is because the country is linked to both markets in the economic sense and also physically caught in between the two superpowers for geographical reasons. China and the US were Malaysia's second and third biggest trading partners from January to August 2019. According to Matrade, overseas sales to China stood at 89 billion ringgit or 13.6% of Malaysia's total exports, while exports to the US totaled 59.1 billion ringgit or 9.1%. Ex-1MDB CEO Datuk Shahrul Azral Ibrahim Halmi told the KL High Court today that the signing ceremony between Malaysia and Saudi Arabia's heads of state for a $2.5 billion JV involving 1MDB and Petrosaudi International never happened. Shahrul testified today that he was under pressure to execute the deal within a tight deadline. This was because he understood that the collaboration was a high-level government-to-government initiative and was also the desire of then-PM Datuk Sri Najib Razak. This understanding, Shahrul claimed, was relayed to him by fugitive Penang-born businessman Loh Teck Joe. This was why he disregarded directions from 1MDB's board to initiate an independent valuation on Petrosaudi International's assets and instead steamrolled the deal through. Shahrul said he only found out that the heads of governments were not attending to ink the JV just a day before the ceremony was to take place on September 28, 2009. Eventually, the deal was signed by Shahrul and Petrosaudi International CEO Tariq Obaid in their respective offices. To make matters worse, Shahrul admitted last week that he signed the JV agreement with Petrosaudi Holdings Cayman, which is a different entity altogether from Petrosaudi International. 1MDB invested $1 billion into the JV. Transport Minister Anthony Loke is tight-lipped on the fate of aviation regulator Mavcom as well as the uncertainty over airports regulator MAHB as he comes under fire for remarks he made last Thursday. Loke declined to comment today, saying only that he never said anything openly and that he would be meeting with the PM's media advisor and veteran newsman Dato' A. Kadir Jassin tomorrow. Kadir had criticised Loke for talking down the market at a time when investors were already jittery. Last Thursday, Loke told a closed-door investors forum Putrajaya may restructure existing aviation regulatory bodies. He also mentioned seeking alternative models for developing and operating airports, implying that MAHB may have to share its pie with new players. His remarks sent MAHB's stock tumbling by 7.6% to 8.04 ringgit on the same day, wiping 1.09 billion ringgit of its market capitalisation. Genting, Malaysia is confident of launching its outdoor theme park in the third quarter of next year, which Hong Leong Investment Bank and RHB Investment Bank are quite positive on. The analysts were given a tour hosted by management in Genting's Skytropolis and the Starlight Carnival, which is located in an opened portion of the upcoming theme park. Genting did not give any guidance as to the price of entry, but Hong Leong expects day passes to be priced at around 200 ringgit per day, in line with other regional theme parks. It raised its 2021 earnings forecast for the gaming group by 6.2%. But it's maintaining its hold call on the stock, with an unchanged target price of 3.38 ringgit to reflect the uncertainties of the turnaround plans for loss-making Empire Resorts, which the research house expects to be hampering earnings beginning next year. Meanwhile, RHB said it came away from the tour feeling positive and says the theme park could open earlier given the stage of completion and recent aggressive hiring. It believes that as more clarity emerges on the theme park, along with the recent positive financial projections from Empire Resorts, negative investor overhang should dissipate and sentiment improve. RHB capped its buy call on Genting, Malaysia with a target price of 3.90 ringgit. Kereta Api Tanah Melayu Berhad or KTMB has appointed a new CEO effective today. Taking over the reins is Dato Engineer Kamaruzaman Zainal, who served with the Royal Malaysia Air Force for 21 years and was formerly a senior VP of Industry Intelligence at government tech think tank MITE. He succeeds Muhammad Rani Hisham Samsudin, whose contract expired on September 15th. MOF-owned KTMB has been undergoing a restructuring exercise to return to profitability. The company has reportedly lost more than 3 billion ringgit since it was corporatized in 1992. In early 2017, its former CEO Datuk Sarbini Tijan had alleged that KTMB was technically bankrupt and an urgent transformation was needed to turn the company around. According to his calculations, staff expenses made up an abhorrent 80% of KTMB's operating cost, dragging down its earnings in the process.